gonna tell y'all what I'm laughing at, but he know what I'm laughing at. He know what I'm laughing at. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I'm laughing at. And we live right now. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm laughing at. But he knows exactly why I'm laughing, but I'm not gonna call him out. I'm not gonna call him out, but we're gonna go ahead
under D header and just understand that's what it is, bro.
Nah, bro, I ain't going for none of that.
Man.
I ain't going for none of that, bro.
Stop doing this to yourself, Black. It's over with, dog.
We cool. I'm gonna holler at the young man when we get done, and we'll go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of the Sports Desk Live. Sorry that we have been absent. A lot of things going down here in Florida, as y'all know, with the weather. So last couple of weeks it's been kind of topsy-turvy for everybody involved tonight. But we are back, all is well, and we're here to talk about some sports. All right. So I'm your guy, I'm your man's one more time, 1/3 of your sportsologist, Dedrick L. Hicks Jr. And you can see right up underneath my name, my football season is dead. When do the Lakers tip off?
And this your man Black checking in once again for another episode. Dedrick, Rashad, Bricks, man, let's get into it. Got a feeling this is about to be a classic, man.
Oh, it's gonna be a classic, all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a classic. My name is Rashad. There is no more weekly Jacksonville Jaguars show for obvious reasons. I will not waste my time or energy on trash. I will not. I refuse. Nobody's gonna watch it anyway. I would probably get about 15 to 20 views, including my mom and my grandmother. So I'm done.
Hey.
Yeah. So, the weekly Jacksonville Jaguar matchup show, man, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just keep it locked, bro. But I got to introduce my mans, man. Y'all know him. Y'all haven't seen him in a while. Now he has dreadlocks. He has dreadlocks. we haven't seen him in quite
What
some
is
time.
Going on, bro?
He has birthday celebrations and everything going on the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, my man's your guy. One of the original forefathers of this entire thing.
Yes, sir.
Freddie Brick.
Good. What's good, fellas? What's good? And Shaw, you shouldn't stop the show because the last one you had 500 views right after you posted it. So that 20 views, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
We need that weekly Jaguar update.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Shot off camera and kind of get some. We're gonna get some things taken care of. So back, y'all. Glad that y'all are rocking with us. Do us a favor, man. Hit that thumbs up when you guys come in and see what we got going on. It helps push us throughout the algorithm in this large world of sports. And we're some kids out of Jacksonville, Florida, just giving our spin on things for sure. So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for rocking with us for sure. All right. So tonight we're just gonna have like a round robin session, kind of get caught up on some of the things that are going on in the world of sports. We're gonna get some game predictions as well. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. The biggest news of the week is Davante Adams being traded from the Las Vegas Raiders, and he is now reunited with his best friend Aaron Rodgers and the New York Football Jets. Welcome in Davante Adams. Let's go ahead and kick it off. Black, Davante Adams, now a Jet. Will this help the Jets get on track? They are winning one week, losing the next. Winning one week, losing back-to-back. Will this help the Jets get on track and get them where they need to go? Because they're only a game out of the AFC East with that loss to Buffalo this past Monday night.
We shall see, D. Like, man, I really don't know. But I know the addition of Davante Adams should help them because the receivers, outside of Garrett Wilson, has been terrible. So, I guess the hopes is that he'll come in and they'll pick up right where they left off. But this is the NFL. We'll see. They spun a lot of time apart. So we'll see if that connection is still there. We'll see if it works. But the thing for me, D, is not Davante Adams. It's that offensive line is horrid.
Yeah.
Like Rodgers got to stay on his feet to get Davante the ball. But we'll see. We seen this coming. We seen Davante ended up with the Jets. Well, I did. I didn't see him going nowhere else but to the Jets. So we'll see what happened with Davante being back with Aaron, and let's see how the Jets play this. They fired their head coach, so let's see what happened.
Yeah, I think it's been a mess when Saleh got fired. The owner, Woody Johnson, man, sometimes I question, does he know what he's doing? He's openly come out publicly and said the reason why he was so amped on trading for Aaron Rodgers because he saw what Tom Brady did from going to New England to Tampa. So that means he's hoping and wishing on a prayer. But Tom Brady went into a stellar situation in Tampa where he had young athletes all across the field. He had a great offensive line. He had a lot of positive things to go and invest into in Tampa, and the result was a ring. Aaron Rodgers comes in with some really great players, the Williams brothers, young Wilson. Like he got a Sauce Gardner. There's some really nice players, but I don't think it's a situation that Tom walked in with Tampa, and he is getting beat down. This man is, every time he gets sacked, I think he out for the season because he's taking some real nasty hits. And then you bring in Davante Adams. Is he going to help make things better? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That's going to open up the run game. You got Garrett Wilson on one side, Davante on the other. That's going to open up Breece Hall even more because who do you double? You're going to double Davante, Wilson going to kill you. You're going to double Wilson, Davante going to kill you. So the defense has really got to prepare, but Breece Hall is going to be the beneficiary of all of this. The run game is going to get in a little bit motion, and that's what's going to help Aaron get on track. If he can get a little bit more defenses coming in on edge, I think he'll be able to kind of dial some things up and kind of get the Jets where they want to go. I still think this team is going to make a legitimate run. If they can stay healthy, they're going to make a legitimate run. I think it's going to get really, really interesting. I love the move for the Jets. It's going to bring some comfort to Aaron Rodgers. It's just going to see, can they put it together? And I'm going to lean on the side of they will put it together as we go on in the season. Bricks, what you got, man? Davante Adams, man.
I love the move. I think when you're in a win now situation like the Jets, you want to put everything, you want to just go all in. Like they're maybe, I don't know, they're between like 10 and 15 as far as it comes to spending compared to the Jaguars, who are 7. So you're seeing two teams who went all in on the players they have, and this is the result. Some people get Davante Adams, some people get Roy Robert Harris. It just depends. And I understand you saying Woody might not know what he's doing, but I can respect the man that's saying, you know what? I've committed to this 40-year-old quarterback.
Sure.
So I'm going to go all in. Whatever he needs, if it fails, it fails.
Okay.
But, excuse me, we're going to try. You know, so we're going to try. We're going to get you the pieces. I can respect it.
For sure. Shai, what we talking about, baby? Davante Adams to the Jets. What you thinking?
It doesn't matter. The defense isn't playing the way the dominant football they should. They don't have a coach. For whatever reason, Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson are not the dynamic quarterback receiver duo that we thought they would be. Could it be the offensive line? I don't know. The offense just doesn't look fluid. It hasn't. I know that they're one game out of the East, but unless he's go put on a jersey and be number 68 and gain 200 pounds, I don't think this matters. Because I think you still go have the same thing. Of course, like having another receiver on the other side, sure. In theory, that works. But if your O-line is terrible and Aaron Rodgers is not as mobile as he used to be, coming off an Achilles and being 40 years old, what is getting Davante Adams going to do? It's good for publicity and headlines for a week. But when we start playing games, what is this going to do? I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we will see. I think it's fascinating for the league. That's why the NFL is so popular, man. It's always something. It's always something each and every week. And I was watching Mike Greenberg on ESPN, and he said it right. He said, how much more does Aaron Rodgers and the Jets need? How much more do they need? And that is the question. But we're going to see. They got a great test ahead this Sunday night. Sunday night football. Jets head to Pittsburgh to take on a daunting Pittsburgh defense who have some quarterback and offensive questions themselves with the potential of Russell Wilson starting against the Jets this Sunday night. So we're going to keep our eyes close to that. Let's head on out to Buffalo, where Amari Cooper was traded from the Cleveland Browns, and he is now joining Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, who lead the AFC East. Fellas, what are we talking about here? Black, let's start with you. What are we thinking, man, with Amari Cooper heading to the Buffalo Bills?
I like this move. I actually do. Because I believe Amari Cooper still got something to give, D. He just Cleveland just got bad for him. I mean, he did. You see, last year, after Deshaun got hurt, he did really good with Flacco. So he just been he's him going to Buffalo is definitely going to be big for him and big for Josh Allen because his receivers couldn't get separation, couldn't get open. He was doing a lot with his legs, throwing it to his tight end. So I like this move. I like this move for Buffalo. and I believe this definitely going to help them down the road. Like you said, well, they leading the division, correct?
Yeah, as a Monday night.
So
Yeah,
with his addition there, Amari Cooper, I still think is a elite receiver, a decent receiver. So I believe this would pay dividends for Josh Allen and Amari Cooper.
I love this move more than Adams going to the Jets.
Yes.
I love this move more than Adams going to that. This is going to put Buffalo in prime position to really, really reach the Super Bowl this year, because this is what they needed. So they addressed a need that's going to really rise the passing game and the ability for Josh Allen to pretty much pick your poison, pretty much, because they got a young wide receiver core who's really good. Key and Coleman and the rest of the troops out there with the wide receiving core, they're really young, they're really vibrant. You get a veteran in the locker room. Amari Cooper's the best route runner since Jerry Rice. So he's going to come in there and really get these guys and get these kids situated. Josh is going to be able to trust him. He's going to be able to trust him right away. You're talking about a veteran receiver who's been through it all. The defense is playing well for Buffalo. The run game is ready to go to the next level. And how does that happen? If you have the threat of Amari Cooper, hey, some linebacker or some safety is going to have to make a decision. Either you're going to cheat down or you're going to go up top. That's one less man that the running game has to worry about with Buffalo. And then you got Josh Allen. This guy's going to be in the MVP running. I was hard on Josh Allen coming into the season because I just didn't see the opportunity for him to get to the Super Bowl. But now that is a possibility with the addition of a veteran, classy, real, legit, like problem solver in the locker room for Amari Cooper. I think this is an excellent move for the Buffalo Bills. Briggs, what do you think, man? Amari Cooper to the Buffalo Bills.
I think it's great, like I said, the route running, but I'm really happy for Josh Allen because you kind of see the progression of quarterbacks. You see their first year, their second year. Like you take a guy like CJ Stroud, even though they're struggling on offense, he's still pushing through and doing good. And Josh Allen went through those same struggles. So to see him out there with maybe Coleman as his skillfully best receiver and not even able to get him the ball, but still he got about the same amount of yards as Patrick Mahomes right now. Yeah. I think he's playing very great. And they have a great chance to go far in the playoff if Derrick Henry didn't go to the Ravens. But I like the Bills. But with Amari Cooper, that's kind of the even out because if they can get on the rhythm, Amari Cooper still might have 1,300 yards.
Yeah.
Just with these games left. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
for sure. Rashad, what we talking about? Amari Cooper to the Buffalo Bills. How you feeling about it?
It's gonna help Buffalo. I know it's gonna help Buffalo. I don't know how good Buffalo is, though. I'm still trying to figure them out with all the injuries that they keep sustaining. It seems like they can never stay healthy. You got just on defense alone. The line is a pretty good offensive line. James Cook is a really good running back. He's been running the ball really well. It's definitely going to open up their offense. I just don't know as far as the team when y'all talking about Super Bowl and going far. I don't know if that's going to happen. If you're talking about Super Bowl or AFC Championship, I don't know if that's going to happen. But if Josh Allen get on a heater, he can do anything. So, I mean, it can't help but help. I mean, I think it's going to be the best receiver that he's played with so far, including Stephon Diggs. So, even at this stage in his career. So I think, in the later part of the season when we get to like week 17, week 16, week 17, when they really kind of build a chemistry, I think it can be a really good thing for them. But we'll see how far they go.
All right, that's for sure. All right, man. So we're gonna transition out of the National Football League. We're gonna talk some college. Real simple question, fellas. Are the Texas Longhorns in prime position to be the new kings of the SEC?
No,
anybody?
They got to beat Georgia.
No. I'm not. I'm going to say the question again. Are the Texas Longhorns in prime position? I'm not talking about this year. If you're watching what they've done over the last year, what they're doing this year, the recruiting and everything that's going on, are they in prime position? We see what's happening in Alabama. We see what's going on with Georgia. Are they in prime position to be the new featured team of the SEC? Black, what you got?
I don't think so.
Oh my God! Tell me why, please.
I don't think so. I believe that Georgia is still going to be the standard there. You have to realize that Georgia won back-to-back national championship. Georgia still has the number one recruiting class in the last 3 years, and still has it this year so far. So I feel like Georgia still is the standard, but I'm not. It's not far off. D. I'm gonna give you that. It's not far off. I feel like they are in prime position, but I feel like Georgia still are doing the things to be the team of the face of the SEC.
Can I deliver some
Georgia's
news to you
still
real
that
quick?
team.
Can I deliver some news to you real quick?
What's that?
The number one quarterback of the 2026 class that committed to go to Georgia, he decommitted today.
Okay.
And guess where he's looking to take a visit? To the University of Texas.
Okay. And
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. The number one quarterback.
With him decommitting, they still got the number one class. And you know what happened after they lost the number one quarterback? They got the number one defensive player who committed today.
I just want to throw that out there.
I'm just saying. So you saying they lost something and then gained something.
Well, can I ask you something? Yeah. When you're building your team, what's the most important position in all the sports?
It's the quarterback position.
All right.
But they haven't had trouble in that position though.
I'm just asking.
I'm just saying.
So you say Georgia. So you're saying Georgia's going to hold serve. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think Georgia's going to hold serve.
All right, Rashad, I see you chomping at the bits. What you got?
No, what I was going to say is with Texas joining the SEC, this was already like probably the biggest brand in college football as far as money. Nobody has more money than the Texas Longhorns. Nobody. Nope. And now you put them in a recruiting ground of the SEC where now if I'm Billy Napier, we have money, but we don't have oil money. We don't have Texas Longhorns money. So now that we're out in the open with it and we can literally pay these guys whatever we want, yeah, of course Texas can take over because they have the most money of anybody in the recruiting grounds of the SEC now. And now kids are seeing them be number one with a great quarterback, with a great quarterback that has a backup that's probably better than the quarterback that's playing now, with athletes everywhere, with great coaching, with all the resources in the world. Yes, the Texas Longhorns can win the next 10 national championships in the SEC with all that goddamn money. Yes, they can. Yes, they can take over the entire college football.
Yeah, and I'm with you. This ain't your granddaddy's college football. Don't tell me about no trenches. Don't tell me about no best defensive player. This ain't your granddaddy's college football. You talking about the landing spot of the future of college football will be in Texas. All they needed was a major battery in their back, and that battery was the SEC. They coming off in the Big 12 last year, rising to the top of the stage last year. So the doors were wide open with red carpet for them to waltz into the SEC. And the biggest student of any teacher is Steve Sarkisian. And guess who his teacher was? Nicholas Saban.
Yeah.
Nicholas Saban. So in my opinion, the Georgia Bulldogs are falling apart in front of our very eyes.
I'm not gonna say that.
Listen to me. Y'all talking about on the surface. Y'all talking about on the surface. Y'all talking about on the surface. I'm talking about the future. I could care less what happened Saturday. I don't care. I'm talking about the future. All money. Matthew McConaughey, stars and all the resources possible. You don't think all these kids are going to want to go to Texas and to be a part of the SEC in Texas where it's flattering, where it's something of attraction? Yes. Because when Arch Manning finally walks out that door and goes to the National Football League for whatever team he want to play for, the ocean will be at Texas's disposal because they're going to do what Alabama did 10 years ago. Each and every year become the next factory of college football. That's my opinion. Texas will be the next factory in college football going into 2026 and beyond. I think they are in prime position to take over the SEC with all of this great talent, all these great teams there, and they can do what they want with it because Steve Sarkisian, he got the gems. He got the goods because he's a student from the greatest teacher of all time. And that man was Nick Saban. What you got, Bricks?
I vehemently disagree.
Okay.
To my vehemently, I don't even know what vehemently means, but I heard Stephen A say it. So the one thing I think, first of all, Texas is coming from the Big 10, Big 12, wherever it is, where the culture is you're going to have your 2 or 3 great games a year. You're going to have your rival games, and that's what it is. This is the SEC, baby. If you're going up against Oklahoma every single week, I'm not saying that they can't instill that culture there, but the one thing the Gators have that Texas is not blessed with, we don't have an in-state SEC rival. Texas A&M is undefeated right now in the SEC, and they're sitting at top of that division. I'm not saying A&M is going to beat Texas. I'm saying y'all are competing for the same exact recruits. And if Texas got money, Texas A&M got money. Mm-hmm. You understand? Florida's never worried about if Florida State got money or if Miami got money. We worried about if LSU and Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to win that. So I think now you're sitting in a conference. You got Texas A&M sitting there undefeated. You got LSU. I don't have their schedule in front of me, but you are going to be playing 8 to 9 championship-ready teams. Florida is looking bad right now, but if you sit them in another conference, they may be undefeated right now. You know what I'm saying? So Texas, culturally, in my opinion, ain't built for that just yet. But I agree with y'all saying they can be with the money going forward. But we know Georgia coming to town. We know we playing Tennessee. We know we playing Kentucky. We know all of these things that, like, week after week after week. Texas has never been in this existence. They're not escaping this year unscathed. I think they may lose to A&M because it's a rivalry thing. When your rival is in your conference, like with all the win, that's a game you got to account for. Now go play Georgia. Now go play Bama. This ain't Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma. And they're going to get it together eventually. But I just think, and I may be wrong, they doing good right now. But I gotta see that culture. I gotta see the next 4 to 5 years to see how they adjust to playing 8 to 9 games against teams that can win it all. And this has been the best year ever for college football. We've never had this many matchups this early in the season. So maybe at the end of the season I may have a different opinion, but for right now, I don't see it just yet. But I agree with y'all points about the money and the recruitment.
It's going to be a fascinating thing to look at. To see how Texas it continues to evolve and rise to the cream of the crop of the SEC. So it's definitely a story that we're going to be locked into. But the conversations are what's the word I'm looking for? The conversations are not far-fetched. Let's just put it like that. Conversations are not far-fetched.
But it's one thing you forgot, D. It's one thing you forgot. Kirby Smart also learned under Nick Saban, and he's been doing it for the past 5 years at Georgia.
Okay, so Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart is a CEO of an organization. He's a CEO of an organization. He reminds me a lot of Urban Meyer. CEO of an organization. He knows football. He knows personnel, all that. No disrespect to Kirby Smart. But Steve Sarkisian got the mind of a football genius. He has the mind of a football genius offensively, and he's shown it throughout his entire career. That's why he has been
to show for it.
Say it again now.
With nothing to show for it.
I mean, what do you consider?
How long Sark been there?
5. This is 5th season.
This is 5th season.
But when he took it over though, Texas was terrible for 10 years.
They were trash.
With all them resources.
They were trash.
That's the thing. Like
they
never
trash.
stopped having the most money. They never stopped being like.
But yeah, let me address what Black said. Tell me has nothing to show for. I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody else when it comes to sports. Only one team can win the national championship every year. So let's not sit up here and deface what Sarkisian has done because he has nothing to show. Him. Hold on. You said he has nothing to show for it.
He does.
I remember. Hold on. Winning the Big 12 last year, that's nothing to show for it. Getting to the college football playoff, that's nothing to show for it. Getting Texas back on the map, that's nothing to show for it. Only one team can win a title in every sport. So we can't undermine teams who don't win championships. We can't do that. No, we
But
cannot.
what it's about at the end of the day?
No.
It's about winning the championship, right?
No. Get out your granddaddy's mentality. Come to where we are. There are massive programs in college sports and pro sports that have relevancy.
Mm-hmm.
And the Texas Longhorns are one of those.
And
because
Georgia's
what are you going to be doing?
And Georgia's been that.
I ain't saying nothing against Georgia. You bringing Georgia into it. I ain't saying nothing against Georgia. Nothing. You said that they have nothing to show for it. I think that's something ridiculous to state when there's teams around the country who are building their brands to be premier. Would you agree with that?
Listen,
it
can happen. No, listen, it can happen. It's only year 5.
Wild.
I think about where Texas was 5 years ago.
Yeah, bro. Exactly.
And seeing where Texas is one of those teams that at any given time with the right coach, they can go on a massive run. Because they have everything. Like they have everybody, they have everything in place. All they need is a coach. And a coach in college football is the most important thing that you can have, because you got to have leadership. If your leadership good, even at a place like I said, even at a place like Texas, if you don't have the right leader, you will not win.
Yeah.
And they got started and it turned around, and in 5 years, they're the #1 team in the nation. That's when they were like
trash,
not ranked for years and years and years.
Trash.
They was trash. So now in 5 years, he's gotten them
to national prominence.
3, 4, and 5 in like top 15, top 10. Now #1.
Right.
Like, bro,
it feel like I done seen this before somewhere else too. Wasn't Georgia the same way before Kirby Smart went there? What was they doing before Kirby Smart?
Right,
what
but
were they
that's
doing?
the same thing we telling you.
Yeah, that's what we telling you.
That's what I'm saying.
That's literally what we telling
you. The conversation is are they primed to take over? That's the question. I don't see it until you tell me differently about Georgia.
Don't worry about it.
You're doing the same thing.
You're gonna find out tomorrow.
I want to say one more thing. I want to say one more thing about.
We're not talking about the game. We're talking about the program. The stuff y'all talking about. We've seen the same thing at Georgia. We've seen the same thing. We've seen Kirby Smart take over Georgia and put them to the top, back-to-back natties.
We having 2 different conversations
for SEC championships.
We having 2 different conversations.
What are we talking about?
You having a different conversation than what we having. You having a different conversation.
No,
yes,
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not. I'm talking about the same thing Rashad just talked about.
You're not, bro.
Yeah,
You're not.
Talked about the brand. I'm talking about the brand of Georgia. The brand.
You're not, bro.
He talking about what Texas can do. That's what he's talking about. And I'm saying what Georgia has been doing. It's the same thing.
Okay. What you got, Bree?
Well, I think to put a little bit of just their at least let's say just the next year and a half in perspective, to put something around we're talking about. Of course, they got Georgia next. For the rest of this year, they got Vanderbilt, the Gators, Arkansas, Kentucky, and A&M. All of those are winnable games. You will have to go out and win all of those games. But you roll over into the next year, you're playing Tennessee, you're playing Ole Miss, you're playing Bama, you're playing Ohio State, and you're playing Oklahoma. And those are just the games that's like on the surface. So if you want to be that big dog, it's hard for me to see anybody. That's why I agree with Black a little bit on it's more safe to say we're gonna see 2 to 3 year dynasties than it is like somebody's gonna take over the whole conference, because somebody gonna lose to Kentucky just on the off Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not screaming for them to go undefeated. I'm not screaming for that. I'm screaming for them to be at the featured presentation of the conference.
That's right. Yeah, 2 losses in the next 5 years is going to be like an undefeated season in the SEC. If you can get out of that conference with 1 loss,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Georgia could lose to Texas on Saturday and still make the playoff, bro. Like, this is a different. This is a different era. This is a different era. You know what I'm saying? So I just think Texas has a legit and a legit shot to be the feature presentation when it comes to the SEC, due to the resources, due to the player personnel, and then due to Steve Sarkisian. I think they have everything that it takes to rise to the top of the crop of the SEC. That's the conversation. That's the conversation. All right. All right. So Oregon, big win last week, knocking off Ohio State. Probably biggest win in the program's history in the regular season, to be honest with you. They took down the then number 2 Buckeyes of Ohio State. Can Oregon win the national championship this year? Let me roll out their schedule to y'all the rest of the way. They got Purdue tonight at the recording of the show. They're taking on Purdue. Then they're at Purdue, a 1-5 Purdue. Then they have Illinois, which is 5-1. They go to Michigan, which is 4-2. They finish out with Maryland, Wisconsin, and Washington to end the year. Is this team prime to really go on a run? Now, remember their slow start at the beginning of the year. Slow start at the beginning of the year. Teams are kind of, are they really like that? But this huge win against Ohio State could catapult them. Can the Ducks be in the serious conversation to win it all? Black, what you got?
They sure can. And the reason being is that the game that I seen against Ohio State, when Ohio State was giving they all and coming, they didn't get rattled. Usually we'll see a Oregon team that'll get rattled and take them out their game plan. We seen it last year when Bo Nix was the quarterback. They got rattled, got them out their game plan. They competed, but this team is good at all phases now. Wide receivers elite, running backs elite, quarterback. They got a very experienced quarterback this time around, very experienced. So I like them. I think they can win it, D, because I feel like they got all the tools. Defense isn't as good as it was last year, but it's doable. It's doable. It's serviceable this year. So I believe the Ducks can win it all. Hopefully they don't slip up. I would like to see them win it.
What you got, Fred? Can the Ducks, can they win it all this year?
I'm looking at their schedule. I think for sure, I think they slip up that at Michigan game. Michigan just does good things at home, at least sometimes. I don't really see them winning it all, though. I think for a West Coast team, I need to watch them more. I won't be fair to them. I'm gonna be fair to them and just say I don't see it yet, but I just need to watch more because USC. I believe in USC a little bit, especially they beat Michigan at home. Correct? No, they lost.
No, Michigan beat them.
Michigan beat them. Okay, yeah, Michigan beat them, and that kind of deflated my hopes in that. But I will be honest, I have to see a West Coast team like just really do it because I think it's that time zone thing, whatever it is. We don't have no really big dog West Coast teams. Yeah. And if you're gonna tell me Oregon is that, I gotta see it. I want to see how they play in Michigan. I want to see Illinois. They play Washington. I know Washington ain't been great, but they was just in the title game. Wisconsin is decent. I would like to just see the rest of the schedule, but right now, I can't see it. I see them losing maybe first, second round in the playoffs, depending on who they got to match up. Georgia may have 2 losses, and that might be your second game. They'll get the bye, but you got to play Georgia week 2.
I just think it's the case with the Ducks. I'm not sold yet. I'm not sold on Dylan Gabriel. He's the reason. I'm not sold on him. I know he had a great finish when they played Ohio State, but I've seen this kid before. I've seen him at Oklahoma. I saw him at UCF, and I'm seeing him in Oregon. My question is on November 2nd, when they go to the Droves of Michigan Stadium, when that wind going to be out there whistling, do you understand me? When he has to go to Wisconsin on November the 16th, when the cold and the atmosphere is going to be something serious, can the Ducks handle that? Can they handle that? And that's what I'm looking for. Like, will they be able to handle going to these stadiums where the temperature and that real rugged, nasty Big Ten football is really being featured? And then let's not forget about the Big Ten championship. They could be facing a really good Penn State team that a lot of people expected to falter by now. But they're sitting at 6-0 with some wins under their belt to have them at the front of the Big Ten right now. So I'm going to be hesitant on the Ducks. They're getting a lot of love right now. And I get it. I've had a romance with Oregon for a long time. The uniforms, all of the stuff with the Duck. I mean, it's really cool to see. But I'm not sold on Dylan Gabriel, and I'm not sold on how are they going to fare when they get to the late games in November and early December when it's time to make that run to the Big Ten championship in the playoff. What's up with you, Shad? What you thinking?
I haven't watched Oregon enough I was too busy watching Billy Napier not go for 2.
My God.
While we were
My God.
Bricks, just don't even worry about it. You see what I got up on. Just fire Doug, Trent, Billy, and Scott Strickland. Fire everybody, please. I need. But yeah, I didn't watch the game. But what I do know is every single year we have this conversation about Oregon. And in the first week of the playoff, we're like, why do they keep putting this team in the playoff? Could it be different this year? I don't know. I have not watched one down of Oregon football because I was watching Billy Napier piss away a win.
Chill, shot.
I was watching Billy Napier go for it on 4th down 5 times. And then when your freshman quarterback goes down with 29 seconds left, you're on the road versus a top 10 team, you decide to go to overtime. That's what I was watching. So I'm sorry. I'm sick. I love my teams, and I will watch them over great games. But I don't know. Y'all, I've listened to everybody and their opinions of Oregon. I respect them. I will start to watch Oregon later on in the season. I will definitely watch this Oregon and Michigan game. They will probably go undefeated. What does that mean when we get to January? That's all that matters.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Okay. We'll keep it locked, man, to see what the Ducks can do again. I mean, we've been saying it all season long. This is the greatest season of college football ever. And we're halfway through. This is the greatest season ever of college football. And this playoff that's coming up, man, this is must-see TV. I mean, it's going to be great. I cannot wait to dive in once we get into the playoffs and just kind of see this stuff for ourselves with 12 teams vying for one championship. It's going to be special, man. It's going to be special. All right, I need an ISO, y'all. I need an ISO.
Go ahead, Clyde.
So I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. You know, I'm chilling at the house. You know, I'm chilling. My phone go off. Bleach report. Shams. Shams from ESPN now. ESPN, congrats to Shams on the big promotion there. Kawhi Leonard, knee inflammation, out indefinitely to start the season in the NBA this year. Kawhi, it's over.
Damn.
It's over, man. At one point in time, this man was a hired mercenary for the Toronto Raptors and did the unthinkable. He took the Toronto Raptors with Kyle Lowry and Drake to the NBA Finals. And he won a championship. He did it. This man was at the top of the mountain, man. Anything he wanted, he could have. So much so that the world thought he was in prime position to dethrone LeBron James as the best player in the league and was crowned the best two-way player since Michael Jeffrey Jordan. That's right. That was the conversation. And as we continue to progress, more great things start to happen for the Clippers, Paul George, and that whole team. Everything is aligned. Doc Rivers, and they continue to lose in Los Angeles as a Clipper and lose. And now the injuries come. It's been an absolute mess with the Los Angeles Clippers. Paul George finally comes to his senses, and he leaves and goes and joins one of the most dominant big men in all of sports, Joel Embiid in Philadelphia. Thank God for you, Paul George, getting out of there. And now the Clippers are opening up a new arena. Brand new. Steve Ballmer, the richest man in the NBA, by the way. He got this high technology and all these different things, and his star is robbing him with a ski mask and a pistol.
He don't have no ski mask on a pistol.
Leonard is scheduled to make $44 million this year. And he might not play one game. Now, somewhere, James Harden is at a strip club going ballistic. Because he is now back in prime position to be the man. And James Harden is now the man of the Los Angeles Clippers. Dear God. So if you're a Clippers fan, or even worse, Steve Ballmer, y'all write this man a letter at the house. Tell him thank you for everything that he's done. Tell him to step away. His legacy is now starting to be diminished. I'm not going to use the word tarnished, but it's really close because he just won't go home. He's not healthy. He can't play. But when you're making $44.5 million this year, maybe I wouldn't go home either. But to deface the game of basketball, which gave you everything that you ever had, when is enough for enough, Kawhi? I'm going to tell you, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Any remarks on Kawhi Leonard starting off on the injury reserve indefinitely to start the season?
No.
Man, I just got one thing. I heard somebody say today, man, say that boy got lizard bones, man. What?
Crazy, bro.
Somebody say that boy got lizard bones. Say that boy need to have a doctor with him 24/7. 24/7, he need a doctor to come live in with him or something.
It's crazy.
I don't know what has happened with Kawhi. I don't know what it is, but Kawhi is a good player. Like when he's healthy, he's one of the best players in this league. But man, what he's doing right here, this is wild to me. I guess all this started when he went to Paris. Obviously, something flared up in Paris. So they sent him home, and now it's just carried on after these months after Paris.
Not to cut you off, but I want to know.
Away from the season.
Not to cut you off, but I want to know. Grant Hill and the Team USA team. This man didn't play the second half of the season, and y'all thought it was a great idea to offer him a jersey and an invitation to Team USA, while Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics, your conference finals MVP, your NBA finals MVP, don't get an invitation because he is the best two-way player in basketball, Jaylen Brown, going into the season. But you chose Kawhi Leonard? Sorry, Black, for cutting you off. Sorry.
Yeah,
Anybody else on Kawhi?
I just think
I got something that maybe y'all don't agree with, but I think that Kawhi Leonard can never carry a team. I think if you look at his career, Kawhi was drafted by San Antonio, which had all the leadership in the world. All he had to do was come play. He was a young player. Did he go to Toronto next?
Yes, they traded him to Toronto.
They traded him to Toronto. That team was a perennial. If it was not for LeBron, Raymond James, they probably would have
senior.
LeBron, Raymond James, senior. Okay. If it was not for him, they would have been at least in the conference championship for about 5 or 6 years straight.
Yeah. Correct.
They already had leadership in place. Now, he thinks, I can go get my own team now in LA. What has happened? Because that was not an established culture. There was not an established culture there. I've always thought that he was the beneficiary of being on great teams with great coaching. Is he a great player? I cannot take that away from him. Kawhi is a great player. But if he does not have structure, he cannot provide it. That's my issue with Kawhi Leonard. Okay. If you put Kawhi Leonard on a team, if he played on the team every single year of his career, if he played on the Golden State Warriors, teams that already have a tradition and a culture of winning, and they just need a great player, that's your guy. If you're looking for leadership out of the mute man that don't say nothing, it's not going to happen. And that's the problem with him going to a team that does not have an established culture of winning. And that's why the Clippers have been where they've been with him, because he's just not that guy.
All right. Briggs, Kawhi Leonard.
Well, I want to say just a lowly 2 years ago, people were comparing Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers to the 1996 Chicago Bulls.
Yes.
This wasn't that long ago.
Yes.
You understand? And I think people hate LeBron so much that we've always looked for this other guy we can prop up, whether it be D Rose, who's a Hall of Famer. He's a great player. Joakim Noah was the next, LeBron James for all we cared. Whoever went against LeBron James got elevated to that spot. But when you go back and look at his career, Shad is absolutely right. You've never needed him to even play more than 30 minutes a game. LeBron on the low end is playing. If LeBron can average 35 minutes a game, he's had a great year. It's been a great year of rest, but no, it's even one of these, he's like damn near at 40.
Yeah.
You understand? Like it's 37 and up. So you really don't even, Kawhi has had the luxury of rest. You understand? Kawhi has had the luxury of other leaders being on the team. But like I said, when you want to put so much against one guy, and this is not to praise LeBron or none of that. I'm just speaking on why Kawhi Leonard was in the spot he was in. And he shouldn't have. He got a championship. That's great. AI's one win against that Lakers team, to me, is more impressive than beating a Golden State team without KD and Clay, I believe, and all the other injuries they had. To me, that same Toronto team who was getting to the finals, like Shad said, and was getting knocked out, this is the same team. They would have been in the finals 10 years straight if LeBron was never born.
Yeah.
So I know people like to say, oh, Kawhi won a championship with this. But they was there. You know what I'm saying? Almost every year. So when I look at Kawhi Leonard, I agree 100% with y'all, everybody. He's good. Good defensive player. So
okay. I'm not a
Defensive
basketball
skill.
connoisseur.
And he wasn't great as Dennis Rodman was great at the stuff he was doing. Did I?
Right.
Yeah, you froze for a second.
Oh, you froze up for a second. But I'm not a basketball connoisseur, so I asked the three basketball connoisseurs. Did he not win that championship the year that LeBron went to LA and got hurt?
Yes, he did, sir.
Yeah. That
okay,
was
so
Yes,
so
he did,
LeBron left the East
and went to the West.
he won the championship. So again, what we're trying to get everybody to realize is if LeBron James would have stayed in Cleveland, he would have never made it to the finals. It would not have happened.
Well, he wouldn't have asked to be traded to Toronto either. That was the thing too.
All right, that's fair enough too.
So the reason why he went east was because it was wide open that year. Everybody said, okay, Bron is gone.
Yep.
It's now all of our chances to get to the finals.
Yep.
Because remember, the Cavs had been to the finals 90 straight years. You see what I'm saying? So that's how all of that went about. That's how all that went about.
Okay.
I think you know what I think? I think this is just a representation of things that's happened over the years. Load management with the Spurs, load management with the Raptors, load management with the Clippers.
It doesn't work.
We've seen this at every one of his stops, D. We've seen this. And now it's took a head now. And now people are like, yo, like, what is going on here?
It's over, man.
What is going on? If you was doing all this load management, you would think them knees should be ready to go. You should have young man knees with all this load management you was doing.
Yeah, Skip Bayless, I saw a clip from him today. He posted something that he was the only one really saying it, that he has arthritic knees. Like he has arthritic knees, and all of the surgeries and all the procedures and all the load management, you can't stop what's going to happen. You can't stop it. He has arthritis in his right knee.
Then why he won't just go in and hang it up, bro?
Because
he's 36 now.
How
old is he?
Kawhi's 36.
Yeah, I was about to say he got to be like 36.
He 36. I think he 4 years younger than Bron. So Bron 40. So he'd be about 36. Yeah. So that's what it is.
But Kawhi has played a lot of basketball. Because he played 4 years of college, if I'm not mistaken.
He played 3 years at San Diego State. Yeah.
He played 3 years
at San Diego State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's played a lot of basketball, but even still, man, I understand the money. I understand it. But this ain't the only. this ain't the first big contract for Kawhi. He done made big money every
Hey
stop
man,
he
that's
been.
$44 million. What are we sitting up here talking about? Now I can roll with y'all, but we talking about $44 million.
Well, listen, I don't blame Kawhi for that. I blame Steve Ballmer for that. Why do you keep resigning him?
I'm not blaming Kawhi.
Kawhi, yeah, we ain't blaming Kawhi. Get your money, but Steve Ballmer and the Clippers, like, come on.
But I'm saying, D, if it's me, I'm like, okay, it's just wild to me that if he got arthritis in both of them knees or just one of those knees, and you can't even get up and down on the court, how are you going to be a help to a team to help them win? You already looking at it. You and Uncle, what's his name?
Yeah, I forget his uncle name. I forget.
Yeah, him and his uncle, whatever decisions they making, like for him to just sit on the bench and get that money, okay. But if you're not going to be a help, why are you continuing to play the game? That's what
all I'm saying. Like, I'm not here to diss Kawhi. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to say, Kawhi, it's time to go home.
Yeah. When that contract finishes, he's gonna get that money.
Yeah, he's gonna get Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer gonna have to step in. Steve Ballmer gonna have to step in.
Hey, cut me the check. I leave.
Yep. That's what it's gonna take. Yep, that's what it's gonna take.
I ain't going nowhere.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, and we'll move on. All you Clippers fans, all you new and old Clippers fans, because I know a lot of who y'all boys is. Yeah, y'all watching. Y'all been rooting for the Clippers since Kawhi got there because you hate for LeBron. You know who I'm talking to. Here's the thing, Clippers fans. It's over. You're going back to the doormat. Tyronn Lue will be the next head coach of the Golden State Warriors next year. Because Steve Kerr is going to retire. And he's going to go coach Steph Curry. And he's going to get away from the Los Angeles Clippers. James Harden's on a 2-year deal with a 1-year opt. He's going to make $76 million this year, and he's going to opt down and go play for somebody else. For all of the remaining pieces.
$76 million?
Yeah, you seen the deal, right? You see, got that 2-year, $96 million deal. So look, so all of the bad pieces that are going to be left over.
Good God, I didn't know.
That's going to be the Los Angeles Clippers next year. And they will return home to the doormat of the NBA.
I bet you if he would have went and teamed up with LeBron, I bet you he wouldn't have been having no.
We ain't finna speak on it because he had the opportunity for his life to be changed.
He did.
He wanted to take over LA instead of
take over LA. The Lakers was holding that one spot for you to come and join him and AD. My God.
Hey, bro.
What could it be?
Hey, bro, you remember he had that commercial with that crown on the
You remember all that? Yeah, remember that? But anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and wrap up. We're going to go ahead and predict some games. We got some games on the college slate and the NFL slate. Thank y'all for watching. If you're watching this long, we appreciate y'all. Hit that thumbs up. Spread the word. Let other people know out there in the world that there's a sports show in Jacksonville, Florida with some kids out here, man, just trying to have a little fun and talk some sports. All right. So let's predict some games. Let's go ahead and get into it. The 6th ranked Miami Hurricanes head to Louisville on Muhammad Ali Day. When they take on Louisville, the Canes are a 5-point favorite. Over under on this game is 60.5. Gentlemen, do the Canes survive yet again in Louisville, or do the young Cardinals, do they upset the Miami Hurricanes? Black, what you got?
Well, Muhammad Ali Day is something special in Louisville. Something very special. You want to know how I know?
Yeah,
because the last time we played, when Florida State played on Muhammad Ali Day, we got a 60-piece put on our head.
Thank you, Lamar Jackson. Thank you, Lamar Jackson.
So, look, Miami has a good team, man. I think they got that resume of what Florida State had last year. Great quarterback who can make a lot of plays, who can put their team over the top. If they didn't have their quarterback, I don't think they'll be what they are right now, in my opinion. But I expect Miami to win this game. They'll find a way to win it. It's going to be a very close one. Louisville, it has taken a back seat. They've lost a couple games, so I believe Miami will go in there and win this by a touchdown. I can see them winning by a touchdown, maybe even a field goal. But I'm gonna go Miami over Louisville to get a big time win.
What you got, Shot? Who wins the game? Canes or Cardinal?
The Canes will win. They'll keep surviving. And I would love it more for their fans to just get all this enthusiasm and think that they can be back and in the first round of the playoffs get beat 50-2. That's what
I
I
like that.
really
I
would
like that.
love to happen. Because I get tired of the 30% chance of rain fans telling me that they're back and now we have all this and that, and I keep telling them I don't really think you're a good football team, but more power to you. You beating nobody, including my Florida Gators. You beating absolutely nobody, and yeah, they can win the game. I haven't watched down of Louisville football. I have no idea who they are. I will be rooting as hard as I don't know what form, like they've been my team for the last 35 years. But Miami probably win.
I'm calling for the upset. I think Miami will lose this game. They've been getting by the skin of their teeth the last 2 weeks. They should have lost to Virginia Tech. Shame on the referees down in Coral Gables. They should have lost to Cal last Saturday. Shame on the Cal Bears for letting them get out of there with that win. And then, of course, last but not least, I think this is the weekend. I love the young quarterback for Louisville. They have a lot to offer there. But I think it's going to be a close game. I think Louisville wins by a last-second field goal to knock off the 6th-ranked Hurricanes. Moving on. Nebraska at Indiana. This is an attractive game. Attractive player in Iola, the quarterback for the Huskers, little Patrick Mahomes Jr. Nebraska at the 16th ranked undefeated Indiana Hoosiers. Black, real quick, who wins this game and why?
I'm gonna go Nebraska. They've been really good on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Young Pat. I hate to call him Young Pat, but Rayola. He hasn't been asked to do a whole lot. He
has not.
They run the ball. They run the ball well and they play defense. I'm going to pick Nebraska to go on the road to get a win at Indiana.
Okay. Rashad, what we talking about? Nebraska at undefeated Indiana tomorrow on Saturday, 12 o'clock noon. Who's going to win it?
I am rooting for my next coach of the Florida Gators, the Indiana Hoosiers coach. I will be rooting for him because he will be the next coach of the Florida Gators. That man,
it's out there.
Don't worry about it. You'll figure it out.
It's out there.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be a Lane thing. I think it'll be him. But
it's out there.
To have Indiana, a basketball school, undefeated. I don't care what conference he playing. They undefeated.
5-0.
The Indiana Hoosiers
5-0.
Are undefeated. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. He has that team believing that they can really make noise. Indiana win that game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the best defense they're gonna see though.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Nebraska to get the win. Indiana ain't played nobody. They played Wilson, Oakleaf, Forest View, and some other school. They literally played nobody. Bro. They the only D1 school that's still playing D2 schools this far into the season. Give me Nebraska. Iola, it goes out and puts on a show. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in college football. He does not make mistakes. And like Black said, this defense of Nebraska, dare I say they get their nickname back, the black shirts. It looks like they could be getting their nickname back because they are playing really well. Give me Nebraska to go in Indiana and mop the floor with these guys. Give me the Cornhuskers by 2 touchdowns to knock off Indiana. Bricks, what we got? Huskers.
I agree.
Hoosiers.
I agree. I'm going with the Huskers. I agree with D. Like, I think if I had any points on this game, it'll be that. Indiana, that's my first time hearing that about the coach, so that's something you have to put me on. But Nebraska, I've watched them this year. And I think if I'm betting my money, you know what I'm saying, which I will be, I think I'm gonna take Nebraska. I think they're a more solid team.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, wait. Well, Florida State, but just for the last game, did y'all beat Cal, Florida State?
Yeah, we beat them. We gave them their only loss.
Yeah.
Okay. And they nearly beat Miami. So
tells you all you need to know, right?
Yeah, Miami be losing. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's move along. We got 2 big-time games in the SEC. Let's start out with the number 1 Texas welcoming in the 5th-ranked Bulldogs. colossal match in college football. This is national championship stuff. This is playoff stuff, but we're getting it in the regular season. Texas, a 4.5-point favorite. Over under on this game is 56.5. Black, the Dogs roll in to Austin and knock off the number 1 Longhorns.
I'm looking forward to this game. This
Aren't we all?
Gonna be a big time game. Last week I paid close attention to Oklahoma and Texas because I really wanted to see how Quinn Ayers looked because Arch Manning was playing so well. Arch Manning was playing so well before Quinn Ayers got put back in the starting lineup. He wasn't asked to do a lot. Oklahoma was missing a lot, so he really didn't have to do a lot. But this Saturday, he's going to be asked to do a whole lot against the Georgia Bulldogs. This game is going to be tight. I can see it being a field goal game. Maybe last person with the ball win this football game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say because this game is in Texas, I'm going to pick Texas to win by a field goal.
Okay.
Because I believe we're going to see. I want to see the prospect of what Quinn Ayers really is, and I believe you're going to see. We have to see it in this game against Georgia.
Okay.
He hasn't been out there. He didn't look the best against Oklahoma. This is the game where we got to see if he's going to be a top draft pick. This is the game.
Okay.
Georgia is the team.
I agree.
But I believe because this game is in Austin, I believe they can pull it out and win this game by a field goal. I'm going to go 27-24 Texas.
Ewers is coming off of injury and a tough one. That abdominal injury is really tough to play with, really tough to recover. The rustiness is all a part of that. I disagree with the point that if Ewers proves this weekend if he's a top quarterback, let's remember he went into 100,000 in Tuscaloosa last year and knocked off Alabama in front of the whole world. I think Quinn Ewers has earned his respect and earned his spot as being the top quarterback being drafted in this upcoming draft. Texas is the better football team. On paper and what I've seen with my eyes, Texas is better. This offense for Georgia is absolutely horrific. What has happened to Carson Beck? Does anybody know?
It's that offensive coordinator.
They can't run the football. They are turning it over at a clip. Like, what is going on with this offense? And you know what's going to happen? This Georgia defense is going to be on the field for far too long. And then when you get into the second half, I think Georgia, they get ushered right off the field. Give me Texas to win this game 31-21. The Longhorns stay number 1. Shaw, what we got? Texas, Georgia. What you got real quick?
I just don't think that they can beat that team by 10. I think they still a champion, and I think they showed that championship heart when they played Alabama. But because I will tell you this, I don't think that Alabama was playing prevent defense, and since that time, since they played in that game, the last 2 weeks, the offense has looked better. So what I will say is I think that Texas is going to win the game, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think Texas is the better team, but I think that the championship heart will allow Georgia to not get blowed out on national TV in this big of a game when they're back-to-back national championships, when they back-to-back national champions. So I'll say that Georgia will win this. I mean, Texas will win this game, but it'll be close.
All right, Briggs, what you got? Texas, Georgia, what you got?
Well, 54% of the money is taking the +5 money line with them. So a lot of people are on black stance where that if it is go down, they'll lose by a field goal.
Yeah.
But interesting that 84% of the money is on the money line for Texas.
Yep. So
84% of the bets believe that Texas is just going to straight out win this game. I don't. I'm taking Georgia at +164. I'm parlaying it with the Florida Gators, and I'm getting paid this week. I'm playing. I ain't parlaying it with the Gators, but that'll be part of my parlay. Money line, Georgia. I think Texas, it may be a wake-up call into the SEC for them. Even if they win, I still think like this is a fully loaded team, no matter if they're struggling on offense or not. So this is a test for Texas. It's not a test for Georgia. They just played Bama. Like they've been playing top teams forever, week by week forever. So I'm ready, but I'm taking Georgia with the money line at 164.
So no points, no money line, no nothing. You just taking them straight up to win.
I'm taking them straight up to win. Straight up to win. But +5, you gotta take that. You have to take that +5. I'm gonna take the,
Okay.
I think they're gonna win.
Okay. What you got, Black?
Real quick, would this be the best team Texas played all season just thus far?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's close. Yeah, it ain't close.
Michigan's a really good football team. They got a lot of good NFL prospects on their team. But as far as offense, defense, and special teams, it's Georgia.
And athletes on the field.
They really haven't been, in my opinion, they really haven't been tested.
Who's that?
Texas.
They played two top. Well, hold on now. When they played Michigan, Michigan was a top 10 team. They went into the big house.
And they ran them.
That ain't their fault.
They haven't been tested. That's why I say they haven't been tested.
No. You don't get to say they ain't been tested because of the outcome of the game. Tell me they haven't been tested when they go into the big house with a top 10 team with 100,000 people. You don't get to do that.
What you
just because of the outcome. Michigan was number 10 in the country in the big house. How many teams can go in there and get a win, Black?
They won by double digits, D.
Exactly.
I watched that game. I say it was a test.
That's not their fault. And then they just had to.
Huh? I'm saying that's a test, Black. You can't say
that's
that.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, I watched that game. That was it ain't the Georgia test, but it was a test. To go into the big house and win that game.
He bugging on that. That's why I said what I said. Don't sit here and do that to Texas, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. All right, let's move on, man. We got Alabama, the 7th-ranked Crimson Tide, taking on the Tennessee Volunteers out in Knoxville. This is a game that I have high on my slate because this is going to be something to behold. Black, let's start with you real quick. Bama, Tennessee. Bama is a 3-point favorite on the road. Wow. 3-point favorite on the road. 57.5 on the over and under. What we got here?
I'm going to take Bama. I'm going to take Bama. 27 to 30.
Okay. Black, what we got? Tennessee. I mean, not Black. Bricks. Tennessee, Alabama. Who wins?
I'm going to take money line on Tennessee. They at +3 right now. Just to update talking. When I start doing it, I'm gonna pick them from this aspect. 97% of the money is on the Alabama money line, and 72% of the money is on them with the -3. So people really believe Bama is gonna rout Tennessee.
They do. Okay, Shad, what we thinking? Vols, Crimson Tide. Who wins?
Did y'all watch the game last week?
Yeah. I had a split screen. I watched it.
Okay, so if you watched that game last week, the Florida Gators have been terrible on defense the entire year. Besides the last 2 weeks, I will give it to them. They did play good against
come
UCF.
on, man.
No, they played good against UCF. UCF was, you know what I'm saying, number 1 ranked in rushing, and they held them to 100 yards, whatever.
They played great against Tennessee.
That's what I'm saying. They went to Neyland and should have won that football game, and that is a terrible team. The kids did it, not the coaches. 5 billion Napier.
Who wins the game? Who wins the game?
Listen, man, Bama's gonna blow these boys out. It's not gonna be a game.
Sorry, you can't judge the Gator. But sorry, you can't judge the Gator Tennessee game because we know how that game go every year.
Bro,
did they beat
something to you? Okay, it's not as if the quarterback, I forgot what his last name is crazy.
Nico, right?
Nico.
It's just not as if the quarterback was like, he was making dumb mistakes.
Yeah, bad. Yeah, he played a bad game.
Ridiculous mistakes. God. The defense wasn't playing worth a damn. Were they looking for Bama? Were they just overlooking?
I think so.
They playing.
They were. Yes. Yeah,
I think that's exactly what it was.
Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know what?
Tennessee defense didn't look elite last week. They definitely didn't.
At all.
Rival
to tell
game,
me that
right?
they got boys that's supposed to be first-round picks on their defensive line?
They still first-round picks.
Bama was supposed to lose last week too now.
And Bama lost to Vanderbilt. What are you talking about? Now you
That Bama was supposed to lose.
Listen. Tennessee can't run the ball like Vandy. Vandy done almost beat every team that played this year.
Oh my
God. I like Vandy. I like him. I like Vandy.
Have y'all paid attention to Vandy this year?
Oh, yes, sir. Vandy is wrong.
Have y'all paid attention to Vandy this year?
Yeah, they wrong.
Vandy almost beat Georgia. I mean, did they? Wasn't that who they almost? Vandy almost beat Georgia. Vandy almost beat Missouri.
They rolled Kentucky last week.
Bro, listen. Vandy is a good team, bro. I don't know how this happened, but Vanderbilt is a good team. They are. Are they good enough that should have beat Bama? No, but sometimes when you get into a fight and you hey, come on, man, quit playing, man. And they not playing.
This is egregious.
Sometimes that can happen.
This is egregious. This is egregious.
Wait, this is in Tennessee?
What you want to say?
Yes, it's in
Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee.
110,000. I do not trust Milroe to come out here and do anything.
What do you mean?
To beat
you just trying to tell me about
Can I have my time? Can I have my time? You gave me all this babble of boo-boo about what happened last week with Tennessee and Florida. Can I have my time? I'm taking Tennessee to knock off Alabama because I trust Josh Heupel more in this game situation than I trust the new Alabama head coach. Forgive me because his name misses me right now. Give me Tennessee in a close game, high-scoring game. Give me Tennessee 38 over Alabama at 35. 38-35 field goal game. The Vols win the game. Because let me tell you something.
That is what's egregious. You just sat up here and told me about the Georgia Bulldogs, but now you want to tell me about because Bama lost a game against a team that's been playing very competitive with everybody. Now you sit up here and tell me that the Georgia thing don't matter no more. But you want to?
They look bad last week, though, Sean. They look bad. If South Carolina didn't have a Jacques at quarterback, they would have won that game easily. They had 4 times to win it. They got the onside kick. Like they were supposed to lose that game, man.
Because Rashad, you was out here on the boat pushing containers, and you ain't see one play. You ain't see one play.
Listen, man. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't care about that. I'm talking about Vanderbilt, and I'm talking about y'all picking Georgia to beat Texas, but y'all want to sit up there and tell me that Bama can't beat.
I didn't pick Georgia to beat Texas. I picked Texas to beat Georgia.
I have people on this panel that Georgia is going to beat Texas.
Okay.
But Bama blowed them out, probably played prevent defense for them to get back.
Okay.
We cut the TV off. Did everybody not cut that game off? But now y'all want to tell me that. All right,
man. Give me Tennessee 38.
You know you're right.
Give me Tennessee 38. Alabama 35.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to go to some pick'em games in the NFL. I just need a pick, and we're going to wrap this show up.
Yes.
Patriots, Jaguars.
Patriots.
In London. Jaguars are a 6-point favorite. Black, who wins?
No, they're not.
Who wins,
the Patriots?
Rashad, who wins?
I just told you the Patriots.
Fred, who wins?
What I want everybody to do is go to your local bank, put the mortgage on the money line for the Patriots. Drake made 3 touchdowns, 1 bad interception, 298 yards. The Patriots on their way. The Jaguars on the way to Travis Hunter.
We are all
I'm going to take the Jags +6 here in this game. I'm going to take the Jaguars +6 in this game. And I'm going to take the Jaguars to win this by a field goal. The Patriots are worse than the Jaguars. They're worse than the Jaguars. Give me the Jaguars and they snoozer at 9:30 over in London. Jags get the win 16-13 over in London. Okay. Super Bowl, possible Super Bowl preview here. I'm going to be watching the game on the big screen. You have the Houston Texans up against the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau, 1:00 kick. Green Bay is a 3-point favorite, 48 points for the over and the under. 2 of the young premier darling quarterbacks in the league with Stroud and Love. Black, who wins this game?
Green Bay, me, man.
Okay, what you got, Shad?
Green Bay. That secondary.
Green Bay, the Texans, not a good
Houston.
team.
Say it again.
Houston,
Green Bay, the Texans are not a good team. Hey man, you can look like that all you want to, man.
You can say you said the Texans are not a good team. Did you just say that?
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
And they 5-1?
Bro, have you watched the game? Stop looking at the record. Bro, yeah, they 5-1. Hey, Bricks, what you think? I'm not finna do this.
Hold on now. Hold on. Just because you hella tight right now, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
Are you watching the games?
Yeah, I watch the games. I watch them just like you do.
All right.
When you win a game in the NFL, when you win a game in the NFL, it means something, Shad. I don't care if it's by hook or by God crook. You win the game, it means something. They 5-1 sitting at the top of the AFC with the Chiefs and the Ravens.
And finna go up against the best quarterback they didn't seen all year. And he gonna rip him the tree.
I'm with all that. I'm talking about Rashad.
I think Texans.
Not a good.
What you got for me?
I think Texans win by 3. I think Texans are still figuring out their offense. I don't think they're like a Super Bowl team, but I think they are very good for this to be their second year, and this is supposed to be the slump year, and they're fighting through it. So I think this will be a big test, but I like them by like a field goal. I think they rough it out and get that win.
I like that analogy that you use. This is the slump year for a really good quarterback that was a rookie with no tape on him. You bring him in, you got a year's worth of tape, so it's supposed to be harder for CJ Stroud, and it has been. He hasn't looked like he looked last year, but this is a part of it. Shout out Nico Ryans, man, a leader amongst men. That's why they win in these games, figuring out ways to get the win. Now, I do think they take the L this week. I'm going to take Green Bay for the 3-point win in Lambeau. I think it's going to be lower scoring than what people think, actually. I know Houston's got a lot of injuries, and so does Green Bay, but I'm going to take Green Bay to get a close win. Give me 23-20. The Packers get the win over the Texans. And who knows? Maybe at the end of the year, we might see this matchup again. We'll see. All right, 2 more games to pick. We got the Lions coming off the bludgeoning of my Dallas Cowboys, taking on the undefeated Minnesota Vikings led by Sam Darnold. Fred, let's start with you. Do the Vikings take their first loss this week?
80% of the money is on the spread with the Detroit Lions. 57% of the money is on the Detroit Lions money line. Give me the Detroit Lions at plus 102. Okay. I like it.
Black, what we talking? Do the Vikings take their first loss this week?
This is I feel like this is the most competitive division in football right now.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Green Bay, Detroit. We all talked about Detroit or Green Bay being one of the teams to come out and could potentially play in the Super Bowl this year. Yeah. No one seen Minnesota being 5-0 at this point.
No.
I believe Detroit is rolling. They suffered a big loss.
Man.
In Hutch. If it's one thing that concerned me, is Hutch not being there.
Yes.
And them not having no pass rush to get Sam Darnold on the ground.
Yeah.
Because it's long as Sam Darnold been upright, he been making good plays. So I'm
the running back for the Vikings hurt, right? Black, they running back hurt, right? Darnold, he out. Okay, that factored into my pick as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Detroit figure out how to win this game. I got this game being 27-24 Detroit.
Okay. Shad, what you got? Do the Vikings take their first L of the season?
No, they do not. The Vikings are the Vikings are going to win this game, coming off a bye, getting healthy, except the running back. I think the Vikings are a very, very good team. With a very, very good defensive coordinator that's sticking his middle finger up to the league, telling them that, I'm still that dude. That's probably one of the best defenses in the league. He got them boys humming. Give me Minnesota.
Man, such a loss for Detroit with Hutch, man.
Yes.
Such a loss. It's going to be interesting to see if they can get the pass rush on Darnold. If they can't, if Darnold can stand upright, I just don't see how Minnesota loses a game with that defense. I mean, my God, they are the number 2 ranked overall defense in the league. They are flying and there's some ball hawks out there. They're taking the ball away. I think it's going to be really hard for that team emotionally, Detroit that is, to come into Minnesota and get the win. But you know what, man? I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to take Detroit and Dan Campbell. Goff is a veteran quarterback. He's been to a Super Bowl. You got to trust a veteran in this case to try to ride the ship. Give me Detroit by the skin of their teeth getting out of Minnesota in a low-scoring affair. 24-21. Detroit gives the Vikings their first loss of the season. All right, to wrap up the show, big-time Monday night game. I am looking forward to this. You got the red-hot Baltimore Ravens taking on a really good Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, one of the highest-scoring teams in the league. Fellas, what do we got here on Monday night? The Bucs are a 3.5-point favorite on the road. Woo, Lord have mercy. 3.5-point favorite on the road, 49.5 on the over-under. Black, who wins this game?
Give me 30 seconds, Sean. I tried to tell you, boy. I tried to tell you. Me and D tried to tell you about the Baltimore Ravens, and you didn't want to listen.
Talk to him,
You
Black.
didn't want to listen.
Talk to him, Black, because he was talking crazy.
You did not want to listen. What did
Talk
we
to him.
tell you was going to happen with Derrick Henry?
We told you.
What did we tell you?
We told him.
Sean should know better than anybody. We are Giants fans.
Fred,
Sean,
it was egregious, Fred. It was egregious.
I know we got to
He
pick
is that-
on. Sean just sat here and tried to tell us Henry wasn't going to do nothing. You tried to sit here and tell us that.
He said
They
Henry
done
was
put that
washed.
man in the eye, and he been going crazy in the eye.
Crazy. Don't do
Hall of
that, Sean.
Fame.
That's cool.
I believe this is going to be a very competitive game because Tampa has a really good defense also.
Mhm.
So I believe the run game going to play a really big part in this game. But the thing for me is that's going to mess up Tampa. Mayfield been turning the ball over. He got to cut it out. He can't do that against. He can't do that against good teams. You can't have three interceptions and beat the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
Baltimore Ravens win this game on the back of, I believe, Baker Mayfield going to throw a few picks again in this game. I see Kyle Hamilton and them guys putting locks on that offense and give me Baltimore to win this game.
Okay, Fred, what we talking about? Baltimore at Tampa Bay, Monday Night Football.
I'm going to go with Baltimore for the same exact reasons Black said. I think Baker's been great this year, but Baltimore is just not a team you want to have a turnover or two on. You know what I'm saying? So I got Baltimore rolling. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but after this, I want to give an interesting number after we do this prediction. But I got Baltimore. I got them rolling, matter of fact. Touchdown plus.
Okay, what you talking about, Shaw, Ravens and Bucks?
The Ravens are going to win the game. But what I want y'all, this is what I want y'all to understand. I said exactly what I said, and I meant exactly what I said about this team.
Man.
All I want y'all to do, the only thing I want y'all to do, first of all, the only thing I want y'all to do is just wait until January, because we know this is going to be a playoff team. That defense is not as good as what y'all think it is. They're not.
That's not what we talking about. You didn't
We
say
ain't
that.
talking about
You
that.
didn't say that.
We ain't
You
talking
didn't
about
say
that.
You
We
said
talking about
Derrick
you
Henry was
spitting
not
that
going to be
voodoo.
effective in this offense.
Yeah.
You
What I
said
want
Derrick
y'all
Henry
to
was
do-
not going to be effective in this offense.
What I want
That's what
y'all
your
to
word.
do, what I want y'all to do is holler back. We gonna do some more shows. Holler back at me in January, around January 15th or so, when he has 10 carries for 30 yards and a blowout loss in the playoffs.
Oh
That's what I
my,
want you to holler at.
Rashad, stop it, bro.
All right, bro, you
sound
do what you want to do.
crazy.
That's fine. I ain't got no problem. I sit here and wait.
Just like you've been
sit here and
waiting,
wait on it.
because you've been talking all that trash about Lamar
Bro,
Jackson
I'm
for
going to
5
sit here and
years,
wait on
and you
it. That's
still
all I'm going to
waiting.
do. I'm going to sit here and wait on it.
Anyway, my prediction: give me the Baltimore Ravens to win this game. Derrick Henry is at it again against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got the perfect offense. Lamar Jackson is rocking the baby to sleep, and next thing you know, not only is Derrick Henry out here leading the league in rushing, he's also leading the league in touchdowns on the ground, and he's the number 1 PRP running back in fantasy.
You get my parlay every week. Guaranteed touchdown.
So again,
Every time.
like I said, I hate Jerry Jones for not signing Derrick Henry when we needed him.
Fumble. Mm-hmm.
When we needed him.
Hey, Harbaugh said, "Hey man, forget all this to the left, to the right. Put that boy in the eye and give him that thing.
Do what the Titans did.
And watch him be a locomotive and wreck shop. And if Rashad think that in January, in the divisional round, when it's 1,000 minus degrees Celsius brick cold out there, that Derrick Henry get 30 days for 200 yards rushing you high.
Can I add this too, son?
How can go ahead, Bricks. Go ahead.
Let me add this, and me and you know this better than anybody, Sean. Like the Ravens, they figured out after those first 2 weeks to use him exactly how the Titans use him. Third and fourth quarter is your friend. You can get Derrick Henry 2 to 3 carries in the first half. It's that back half when y'all already played a half of football, and you got this 500-pound, 6'8" runner, 4'3" locomotive just coming at you. You're gonna fold. Nobody wants to. Evident nobody wants to tackle this man. He's running up.
Don't worry about it, Fred. We'll be back in the year.
Fred, he ain't. Fred, this the thing. He not waiting. He not waiting till the second half. He coming out the gate. Coming out the gate.
Oh yeah. He been crazy this year.
Yeah, because Lamar Jackson right there. So what you gonna do on the option? Pick one, because you know who they're gonna pick. They're gonna pick Lamar every time because they can tackle him. They're not gonna pick Derrick. So we'll see. So all of us are on the Ravens, and we will please stay tuned very closely when we get to January, so we can revisit this for Rashad.
Well, I can't wait.
Yeah, me either. Because we gonna give you. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you a solo screen on that show. And I'm gonna let you apologize.
No. Y'all not gonna want me on the show. That's gonna be the thing. Y'all not gonna want me on this show.
I'm gonna give you a solo screen so you can apologize to the American public about your take on Derrick Rashad Henry from Yulee, Florida.
Because that boy, hey, Sean, boy, you was selling out real good now. You was selling out real good.
Hey, Black, don't worry. I got all the clips clipped up in a personal folder.
Please, please.
Yeah.
Hey, D, before you wrap up NFL, I have a shocking number to read off.
Let's get it.
I didn't read the odds on the Jags-Patriots game, and I'm going to end it with this.
Okay.
Of course, in New England is at a +6. 77% of the money is on New England at a +6, but this is the shocker. 50% of the money is on the money line New England. It is sitting right now at 50-50 on the money line.
That's nasty.
On the money. The Vegas gave the Jags 6 points. And the people still winning their betting now and split on the money line. That is crazy. I've never. This is the first time I've ever seen this.
Yeah, you never.
I ain't been gambling a long time, but this is nuts to see.
It's wild. It's wild. It's wild.
Whew.
It's wild. So thank y'all very much for joining us for this extended version of the Sports Test Live. Had so much fun. We haven't had one of these shows in a while. Got to thank our special guest, Freddie Bricks, for coming through and providing some very intense and intellectual color commentary on all of the different sports stories out here in the world. And we'll be cranking it back up, y'all. You know, we'll be back with more shows, more shorts. We're back at it. And provide you all that content that you guys are looking for. Don't worry, the NBA season, we know it's fastly approaching. We will be back with some NBA talk as we get ready for the upcoming NBA season. All right, so appreciate everybody. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you like what you're seeing and you like what you're hearing. Do us another favor and share this show to those who you think may rock with it, may be entertained by it, and might like what they want to hear. All right, like what we have to say and like what they hear. So we appreciate all the love. Once again, and keep it locked right here on the Sports Test Live. We'll be back very, very soon. Peace, y'all. We'll see y'all on the next one.